Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to knit another assigned purling stitch using one of my hand-dyed yarns. This isn't a full pattern, it's a stitch idea that you can use in any project you like. Scarves, cowls, sweaters, whatever you fancy. The yarn I'm using today is available in my shop. You'll find the link down in the description. Let's get started. So I will be explaining how to do the pineapple stitch from the right side of your fabric first, and later on how to do it from the wrong side. But both are very similar and easy to do. I've got my yarn wound up in a cake here, and before you start knitting, it's very important that you make sure that your yarn, that you're knitting in the right direction. So this is a directional yarn. You need to make sure that there's a pink section which changes into a green section first, and then the yellow afterwards. If you start with, so if it's the other way around and you start with the yellow first, you're not going to get nice pineapples because they will be inverted. So you'll have yellow crowns and green pineapples, and nobody likes green pineapples. So make sure you're knitting in the right direction. And also something to consider is I've done a strawberry tutorial as well. And if you're knitting strawberries, you'll knit the little crown last. So the fruit comes first and the crown comes after. And when you're knitting, that might be important for your project. For instance, if you're doing a top-down sweater and you're going for strawberries, then the strawberries are going to be upside down. So take that into consideration when you're knitting something. If you would use this yarn for a top-down sweater, the pineapples would just be in the right position. That depends, of course, what position you would be thinking of as right, but the pineapples would be visible like that. Okay, let's get started. So this is still, the yarn is still pink, so we're going to go for the stockinette stitch. Don't just knit as you would usually do. For the pineapples, I recommend knitting a bit more tight. You'll get a nicer looking pineapple. So now my yarn is starting to change color, and I'm going to start my pineapple. So for my pineapple, see there's two more here, and it's an extra challenge, that's okay. You're going to create the crown first. So you're going to stick your needle from front to back through your fabric. I think 2 rows down from the previous stitch. So you're going slightly backwards. Wrap the yarn around your needle and pull it from the back to the front. So you'll get a little loop here. Knit 1 stitch. Go for another one. Right below the one you're about to knit. Also 2 stitches down. And create another loop. Knit the next stitch. And lastly, you're going to, well, this is a challenge. Usually there would be stockinette stitch here. So it doesn't really matter where you're going to create your loop. Just as long as it's somewhere in this area, get creative. It's not, there's no bad options really. Just make sure your loops are not too long or too deep, because you want a small portion of the green to be left. Right now we have 3 loops and 2 knit stitches on our needle. And we're going to turn our work, and we're going to purl 2 together through the back loop. Can you see? So you're going to purl 2 tog. Now you're going to purl the next stitch through the back loop, and you're going to do a regular purl 2 tog last. So the first 2 are, there's a purl 2 tog through the back loop, a purl through the back loop, and a regular purl 2 tog. Turn your work again. Now you'll have 3 green stitches on your needle. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the yarn to the front and purl again 1 stitch through the back loop and do 2 regular purls. Make sure that you have a somewhat tighter tension than you would usually do. Right, I've purled all 3 and I'm going to turn my work again. Now make sure your yarn is in the back, and you're going to knit 1 through the back loop. So the purl bump is going to end up on the right side of your fabric, okay? And the reason you're doing the first stitch through the back loop is because it will give a nicer edge for your pineapple. So now do 2 regular knit stitches. So turn your work again. See, there's 3 little bumps here. First is going through the back loop. You're going to purl this one, purl, purl. Bring your yarn to the back, turn your work, undo a knit stitch. Now the yellow section is ending. It doesn't matter if you don't have enough yellow yet left on your needles to finish these 2. As long as the first one is yellow, that's fine. So knit these 2, 3, and turn your work once more. You are nearly finished knitting your pineapple. You need to slip the last 3 stitches back to your right hand needle, and now we are going to do 1 more knit 2 tog, and make sure you pull that somewhat tight so it will create a nice, see what that does? It will create a nice perky pineapple. And continue on your way until you encounter another green section, and I'll see you back when we are on the wrong side and we need to knit a pineapple. Right, so we are on the wrong side of the fabric and there is a green section coming up. Let's do 1 more stitch. Yes. So the instructions for the wrong side for creating a pineapple are very similar. You're going to bring your needle from the back to the front of your fabric and create a loop about 2 rows down. Purl 1 and repeat. Create a loop, purl 1 and create 1 more loop. Let's go over there. All right, so there will be 1, 2, 3 loops and 2 purl stitches on your needle. You're going to turn your work and you're going to you're going to knit 2 together through the back loop, knit through the back loop and do a regular knit to tog. You'll have 3 green stitches left on your needle. If one of them changes color slightly to yellow already, it doesn't really matter. That's just the variation in the yarn. Turn your work, and we are back at the wrong side of your fabric, and we want to create pearl bumps for the pineapple on the right side. So we're going to knit first stitch through the back loop, then 2 regular knit stitches. Turn your work again. Now we're going to purl through the back loop, purl and purl once more. Turn your work again. We are going to knit through the back loop, knit, knit once more. Turn your work, and we are going to purl through the back loop, purl and purl, and you can see your yarn is changing color to pink again. If it already does during those 3 stitches, that's perfectly fine. Turn your work once more, last time, and we are going to bring your yarn to the back. No, sorry, bring your yarn to the front. Move the stitches, move your whole pineapple over to your right hand needle and do 1 more purl to tog. Make it somewhat tight because it will benefit the look of your pineapple. And now continue your row in stockinette stitch. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and hit subscribe for more knitting tutorials, especially if you're into assigned pooling yarns. Thank you so much for watching, and happy knitting!